Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a good morning, and for that matter, a great day. It's finally out. It's finally out. It's finally out. The Paladins patch notes had just dropped. It was yesterday that the update show and the patch notes dropped, but I wanted to make exclusive coverage today for you guys, so you guys know what came out in the Paladins update notes. So let's get over that. So let's start. What is the update called? It's called the Heart of Darkness update. This is mainly based on Lilith, the new champion, the Heartless. She's a vampire with eternal life that's been more or less cursed by the Abyss for the Magistrate. They work with the Magistrate, but gifted by the Abyss. Mainly just due to her working as a border lord and having, more or less, she almost died as a border lord for the magistrate. And so she's a bit miffed, bit upset that she almost died as a border lord. So she's maybe not necessarily 100% on the magistrate side, but not with the Abyss either. She just sort of got blessed by the Abyss and sort of works with the magistrate. She's a support character that works like no other support character in the game. Not even close. She is kind of interesting, actually, with the way she works. And I will get PTS footage for her as soon as it comes out. But the main thing is she's a support. She starts with a base health. This is health that can be healed of 750 health. That's it. 750 health is her total health. The health that she can be healed. And that's it. Just 7,500. That's it. She can take that much and be healed that much. Then secondary health, she has 2,500. This health is built up using one of her abilities that I'll explain later on, but just know that this health, I'm pretty sure, gets hit second to her main health, and then as soon as it's fully depleted, or I think it gets depleted first, and if it gets fully depleted, nothing happens. She just can't use some of her abilities, because her abilities spend health as a support, which is kind of interesting. Her primary weapon has a 4-shot, 650 damage shot. The shot is pretty fast. It's not the fastest projectile in the world. It's a projectile. It has a slight amount of AoE by the looks of it. It's a decently strong shot. And she only has 4 of them, which means she can roughly put out about, enough to kill a squishy target. If she solo targets them while they're not receiving healing, she'll be able to blitz down specifically one squishy target, which is pretty reasonable. Her alternate fire is her main healing ability. This has a 2-second cooldown, to my knowledge. So think of Corvus right click. This is a decent ability. It's more like Genos Mark. It heals over time. About 185 a second, which is like double what Genos does. So she's got pretty good healing. It can also be put on enemies as well to deal a damage over time ability. I don't know the exact numbers. I'll get the exact numbers when the PTS comes out, but this ability is also what builds up your secondary health. So you start with 750 health, and you can gain up to 2,500. And every time you use this ability, it heals someone, and you gain some of your health back. So you're more or less healing when other people heal, but in a weird, twisted way. And you're the only one who can fill up your secondary health. It's sort of, think of it as like Torvald's Q ability, his shield. That health, like the shield health he can do, is only managed by him. No one else can heal his shield health, but he doesn't expend it using his 2 other abilities like she does. But her alt fire is going to be great. You're going to just be spamming it out, and it's going to heal and damage enemies. Healing's the main part because we have so many healers who don't have an ability to heal in 2 instances, which is the main thing that makes Io so good, is that Io can heal 2 separate ways, which means Cot isn't going to damage Io as much as it would for, say, Saris, who only has 1 facet heal. And explaining how that whole endeavor works is a lot harder. When you heal someone and you want to heal them for a set amount, they can only have a certain amount of healing. It's not like it's you can't just heal them in large bursts because Cauterize will cut that in half. This is why stuff like Solar Blessing, Luna Heals, and abilities like that give you a secondary form of heal. And why Madamba, if he had large burst heals without having to run his heal talent, the double heal gourd would be broken. When you have 2 instance healings and they're both really good, is when the character becomes a strong healer, not a damage healer, not a utility healer. This is why spreading influence Corvus is by far the best, is you get to heal 2 people at once. You get to heal 2 things at once. You get to heal 1 person twice. These abilities are what define good healers. So the fact that she has this, alt fire, and soon to be you find out that she has a secondary ability, Swarm, which takes a tiny bit of health to her and will increase, or will just heal her allies. It's like Damagord, but she can channel it for 3 states, and when you fully channel it, it heals about the same, if not more, than your right click, which is insane, because you could essentially have 2 right clicks on someone at once using this. It's insane. And then she has her Deathwing, which is her movement ability. The movement ability and the swarm ability are the only abilities that take health off of her. And the right click is the only way for her to gain back health. So that's good to know. Other than her ultimate, Blood Moon. Think of Mayvault meets Tyra, I guess, Tyralt. Lilith channels the Blood Moon, and all of her allies receive pure life rep, which is a new status effect. It's like life rep, but it's unaffected by Cauterize. Lilith can move faster, jump higher, and consistently regens blood health, specifically, during her ult for 8 seconds. So you're able to just spam down Q, which also has a 2-second cooldown to my knowledge. So you can spam down Qs and spam right click and move and be aggressive for 8 seconds while your team's also getting 35% permanent lifesteal, meaning some characters, if not being hit, can get over 100% lifesteal. I'm thinking about Talus. But then she has this ability, Accursed Accord, decreasing all of her damage output, but increasing all of her healing output. Is just, and decreasing blood cost of all of her abilities. This is going to be her main healing loadout. You decrease your damage by 25%. Oh no, whatever. Increased healing by 15% and decreased cost of blood by 35%, so you have more health more often and heal people more. That's insane. I don't think that this is going to be very useful. Her second thing where she applies the ability onto herself, and instead of it being she is a more tanky healer because of her blood health, but it's not the best. She does have 2 cards that I think are going to be also insane. This one right here, which allows you to reduce crowd control effects on swarm targets, while also being able to increase the radius and also increase the healing at the cost of making it cost more. At full, it will cost 15 plus 20, I think. 15 plus 20, which will be about 35. And whoa, look at this. It decreases it by 35%. So you can have a maximum range, zero beneficial, like, or zero downside, maximum range, maximum healing, reduced CC Q ability that you can place down that deals 15% extra healing, plus I think it's another 10%. Oh no, it's another 20%. So that's like, you can have an extra bonus 35% at the cost of zero downside of it costing nothing but normal blood. So that's actually insane, because you can essentially just have, I think, rejuvenation 2, 3 on people who don't even have rejuvenation. Her healing output is going to be insane. And then she's also got a bit of utility in reducing crowd control effects while they're in the queue. So you're going to be able to just boom, queue. And then whenever you put down the queue, it's just going to everything. Yeah, and it's gonna, everyone in that circle is gonna receive like massive heals. This also is pretty interesting. It increases the damage and healing swarm, but reduces its duration. That might be also a good card to put in here. I don't know. It will increase it by 20%, but reduce its duration by like half. So, or by like a fourth. It's interesting. I don't know if that's going to be a lot of, I don't know if that's going to be meta, but she's going to have about 2 healing sources. One is just going to be absolutely insane. She's going to be able to just more or less keep the entire point, dealing damage to the enemy while also healing her teammates, while also having a secondary right click effect. So she's going to be insane. I don't know her numbers yet. I don't know if she's going to be an overpowered healer. I don't know if she's going to be a great healer, but I'm super excited for her. Here's Sunborn Lilith. This is her original like look before she became a vampire. You know, blood wasn't necessarily, I don't know if blood was her thing back then. Ignore that she can fly and stuff. Here's her recolor. I mean, interesting color palette. I know some people are going to be a fan of this, and this is her gold. I really like her gold. Other than that, we got an emote that's pretty okay. Her default emote's not the most scariest. The season pass emote for her is just her solving one of those Rubik's cubes. It's pretty alright. She's got 2 MVP poses. They're alright. Nothing special. The event pass this season is called the Lost Futures Event Pass. It is going to have a corrupted Atlas, which is more or less, what if Atlas was a part of the Maw instead of being the one preventing it? Which is just insane. I love the look of these skins. And then Corrupted Io. I love Corrupted Io. I think it's one of the better skins that they are adding in the past, like, so often. It's just more or less like, it's like the opposite of the Vora one. It's what if Io's corrupted instead of, instead of the other way around. It's just insane. And here's the recolors. I'm not a big fan of recolors. You'll get this spray, which is pretty alright. You'll get this border. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I know some people are. Icon, good spray. I like the skins. And this is by far best icon. It's a googly eyes Atlas when he's all tentacle-y. Here's the 3D spray, and then the animated spray, which is pretty okay. They give us a static avatar for Dark Embraced Pip. I wonder if they're ever going to do a redo of this event pass and more or less give us another Pip. They tell you all the upgrade unlocks for the trials. You're going to get 150 crystals. You're going to get a decent chunk change of gold. You're going to get bounty coins. You're going to get all the normal stuff, titles, flare and style, chest, gold chest. Amelie, an Amelie main menu theme. So you're going to have Amelie playing whenever you open the game. I don't know. For some people, I know that's a big deal. Not a big deal for me. It's all right. A death card for the new character. I like it. Her face is very pretty. Announcer Leon pack. Okay, for some of you, that's a big deal. I'm not a huge fan of Leon. I'm not against it. A Dark Embrace Bomb King. Dude, if they do this in game, that's going to be very cool. Eventually, I expect them to revisit this like they revisited the summer skins in the one of the first event passes. If they revisit this could be very cool. I really love the Maw faction. I wish that they would do more with it, but I understand that there's like 2 people in it, and there's only ever really going to be 2 people in it because, you know, Vora is like the main harbinger. And Yag is the main bad guy of it. You got this stellar, just absolute god tier rock out emote, or rock on emote for Rom, where he even does the devil horns, which is great. You get a okay MVP pose. They announced a bunch of events, you know, the limited time game modes. Golden Moji. Moji's finally getting a gold skin. I know a lot of you out there are going to say that this is a bad thing because Moji already has the gold dragons, and that's like half of her skin. And to anyone who says that, screw off. I wanted a gold Moji skin since I played Moji back in like 2015 when Moji was still broken. I've wanted a gold Moji skin, and I finally get it. So you can all rot in hell. I'm going to get this Moji skin, and you're going to eat it. And then a gold Willow skin. Both of these skins look insane. I love the direction they took them. I think it's kind of weird having it like be split, but I'm also 100% for it. Her flower wand on Willow is just best skin. I love it. And then we have Bowsette. Definitely not Bowsette Bomb Queen. Definitely not Bowsette Bomb Queen. It's Bowsette Betty. I mean, you do you guys. And then the Kinessa skin that everyone was asking for. I'm so glad. Other than that, we just have some slight changes. They're upping the free rewards and the battle pass. A bunch of, you know, they're trying out how a new cart in Siege Beyond, which I you know, I mean, good on you guys for trying new things. I'm 100% cool for it. Other than that, they're adding new bots to practice game modes. That's pretty cool. Fatu, why? But okay. Maybe if we get challenges to kill them, maybe we're not screwed now, but who knows? Static avatar for Lilith as a rank reward, animated avatar, accommodation reward, a map rotation. They're taking out Frozen Guard for Splitstone Quarry. This should be a good thing. I'm hoping that Splitstone Quarry ends up being good, but who knows? You know, instead of Frozen Guard, I'm not a big fan of Frozen Guard. I hope that they rework a new map. I know a lot of people want a new map, So there, and then we get down to balance changes. Azan nerfed again. Understandable. They reduced his damage even more. Okay. They also reduced his maximum health, reduced his range, changed how his stun durations work. They really just ripped into his character and then buffed his ult. I mean, his ult was garbage, so I'm glad that they finally buffed it. It is still trash. Azan ult, still trash. Still not even worth using. Barrack. They buffed Barrack again. I feel like they're constantly switching Barrack back and forth, buffing him and unbuffing him. His barrier is now at 4,000 HP. Here's hoping to running his secondary talent makes his barrier not destroy in 5 seconds. They updated blunt or tinkering to make it deal more damage again. Betty got a whole slew of changes with a rate of fire description up to a rate of fire description, while maximum ammo description to her main hand. They decreased her jump damage. Okay. And then they buffed her ult. When are you guys going to buff her damage? Just in general? Maybe buff her ammo? I do not know. I just hope that they... And it now locks you in the air. Thank goodness. How many times do you just bounce up into the air as Betty and then go hit your E button and it does, and then you just fall straight to the ground? It now locks you in the air, which is a good change. Gotta bounce reduces it by 5 seconds in total instead of, or it is nerfed to, you know, it now reduces it to 5 instead of 6, which is kind of sucks, but they didn't really do what, you know, then they changed up her cards. They didn't really do what I wanted them to for her. Exterminate's getting a nerf. It no longer starts at 100%. It now ramps up even faster, but now it has to ramp up. So it starts weak and then ramps up whenever you take damage. So you just buy Resilience 3, you end up with Resilience 3, you get hit by it, you just walk out, and boom, it's not going to kill you now. Before, it would still pretty much kill you. They changed up Furia's cards, so they're a bit better, I guess. Somewhat. Not really. She has a movement speed. Woo. Grok got a healing totem increase. Binary Star got a buff, but now reduces your ammo count. Khan got a buff to his shield. Kanessa got a change from Eagle Eye to be a mindset instead of a DMR. Maldamba got a change for people who were bad at his right click. Pip finally got a headbox reduced by approximately 15%. Nico was asking for that one for a very long time. Saudi finally got a nerf. That was great. They have more or less destroyed Azan, destroyed Furia, destroyed Saudi so far. And I know that a lot of people were asking for that. Yeah, they just nerfed her into the ground again, like every other character. Saris got it changed to Rensoul. Her right click. Increased the cooldown by 1 second. I think, no, that's her Q. So on her Q, it increased the cooldown, increased the damage, and increased the healing she receives. And her ult now can detonate in midair, so if it's no longer on the ground, it still pulls everyone in. And then they changed Agony. Agony is no longer a stun build, but instead, for each orb that you detonate in Rensoul, your next right click ignores 5% anti-heal, stacking up to 25%. This might overtake her other one, depending on how you play. It might overtake Mortal Rage. It's like, would you rather range or would you like the ability to negate 25% anti-heal, which is actually a pretty big deal, specifically for Sarah's. This is a good thing. Agony is a bad talent, so I'm glad it's just removed from the game. Goodbye. The current effects, other than the stun, are permanently just applied to her kit, like the increased damage and stuff. Strix got a nerf. Vatu got a buff. I don't think Vatu needed a buff. Yag has been getting nerfed constantly and is still broken, so I doubt this will change anything. Now her ult will not miss under normal circumstances. So if you hit E, like on someone in a minimum range, it should always hit them. Just always. It now has a minimum range. So you should now be able to see fully and shouldn't miss by a pixel. That is a good thing, but her health reduction just means you're going to have to buy Veteran even more, and then we're back to the same problem of Veteran being broken on her. Azan and then we got a bunch of bug fixes and a bunch of just general quality of life stuff. I think that this new patch has great potential to be one of the better patches in the game. But I don't feel like they changed that much. They just added this new healer, which is great. She plays unique. She has good abilities. She's going to shake up the meta. I'm excited for her. I hope you guys are as well. I know I sort of went on a rant several times throughout this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed. This is my summary, like an intense deep dive into the patch notes for Paladins, the Heart of Darkness update. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I will see you all tomorrow for probably some more Genshin content. I hope you guys enjoy your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye!